Guys, we are back. We're going to be working on Milia. Apologies, my kitty found a hair tie or something. I don't know. He's scratching across the floor, so it's probably going to sound a little weird on camera. Go ahead and get started. We're going to mix it up. Hopefully, I can get the right color. The last time I did it, it was a little bit too white. We're going to try this again. And I was told to use different colors, so hopefully, I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but we'll see. So there is some Flesh 08. Pretty good amount. Some yellow ochre. A little tiny bit because I'm not quite sure how much to use. A little bit more. And a little more still. Like I said, I'm winging it, so it's looking pretty decent. Definitely need a little bit of a yellow cast. Last time I used like flake white and yellow and some that Flesh 08. And it was definitely too light. So here is just a tiny bit of 04. Somebody said to use a tannish color. Okay, let's put a little bit more of the ochre. She also said burnt umber if I wanted it in there. So just do a little more. And then we also need some thinning. Medium. Okay, we're going to try this out. Fingers crossed. Here's some thinning. Well, try not to put too much in there, so pretty good sized blob. And it needs to be thick enough that it will leave a good dot on the nose and not run. That certainly did help. That's going to be too tan, I think. So I have to definitely do something else with it. Good size a blob. Let me put this yellow here with it. This yellow I got mixed up from our yellow that we used for the nose. Because that's awful fleshy color. Big blob of it. Let's see how it goes. Well, that yellow is just straight yellow, I think. I don't remember if I put any white with it or not. Yeah, that's awful tan. Okay, let's add some flake white. I've got some over here. So I have decided what the next series is going to be. Now I'll be doing a baby for one of the contests in Kansas in September. Actually, I'm doing two babies. There's two different contests, so I won't be able to show those because it's supposed to be anonymous, so you need to follow the rules. But I decided to go ahead and get another kit, which is the same kit that I'm using for the show, and do it as a fantasy baby. So the one I'm showing on camera is not going to be the one I'm entering into the contest, so it should be okay to do. I don't want to get in trouble with the judges. That would stink. Alright. I'm scraping up quite a bit of white there. I'm trying to lighten this up. You know me, I don't like to waste paint, so we gotta try to figure something out. Yeah, I want a little more yellow. It's finally lightening up. Lightening up. I want more yellow. So blob on some more yellow. So experiment, guys. I'm laughing here, like, ooh, because, yeah, this is definitely, I could not get the right color. I mean, it looks okay, it just looks like dry skin, kind of, on my other babies, so I'm not unhappy with it. I just think I could do a better job. A little bit more yellow. Kind of a creamy color. Some white. Blob it on there. Lighten it up just a little bit. Alright, that's looking pretty happy to me. So we've got Flesh 02, some yellow ochre, and a little teeny bit of 04, which I shouldn't have added, but a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. Okay, I may need to add more thinning. I'm not quite sure yet. That looks a lot better. We'll see how that goes, okay? Ooh, and as always, drop something here. Lid. No, you cannot have no, you cannot have my lid. Ooh, lid for you. No lid for you. Okay. Gonna have to get another paper towel roll. I can't believe I'm almost at the end here. That's okay. All right. Now that you've got your color the way you want, hopefully, if not, we can change it around. Make it a little better. I have thinning medium on my glasses, which is going to smear, actually. Why not? Why not? Alright, glasses on. Grab your rootin' needle. Rootin' tootin'. Grab your rooting needle. Stopped at the coffee shop. Got me a nice mocha. Yum, right? Alright, the point of this is to try to make little teeny tiny dots on the nose. And how I do this is, so you take your rooting needle and I just kind of drag it across some paint. I mean, it's not that scientific. And try not to get it on your gloves. Okay, so you can use different size rooting needles for like obviously the bigger around the needle is, the bigger the dot's gonna be. So this is a 42, but it broke on me, so it's a little bit wider than, I'm trying not to, let me see here. It's actually not super bad. And I'm not going to make all these little things the same size. Try to random them out if possible. You don't really want it to look even, and I'm not getting the dots quite the way I want. Hang on. Where'd it go? Okay, if you don't like what you see, wipe away. Okay. And if you're like me and have not so great eyesight, I take a picture with my phone and zoom so that I can tell what I've done. The more you drag your rooting needle, the less paint you can pick up, so hopefully you won't end up with great big huge blobs. But if you're like me and mess up all the time, it's no big deal. You can just wipe off what you don't like. And I have not had a chance to get my eyes rechecked. I definitely need stronger reading glasses. Okay, sorry about that. Don't think about your placement as much as you can so that it's more randomized. The more you think about it, the more pattern you'll be. Remember, Milia doesn't come in patterns. Mila. Guess it doesn't matter. You guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, these are like little cysts on the nose. Like that's what they're like, little tiny cysts. I don't think they're infected hairs or zits. I think they're like little cysts. I could be wrong. I'll have to look it up again. I'm getting these too big. Those are too big. So give me just a minute. I'm going to go grab a different needle. And one that's not broke. I kept that one just because, you never know when you need something small like that. So I'm going to try to show you the difference. Like this is a 40. Oh, there goes the baby. 43 gauge. And you just bounced right into the trash can, you silly thing. Okay, so like you can see how little teeny tiny it is. And then where it broke, it's quite a bit wider. So, I mean, yeah, you can definitely make super teeny tiny dots if you want to, depending on your rooting needle size. So make sure it's the way you want it before you bake it. And it's okay if they're not all the same size. And it's okay if they're not all in the same spot. So you can do like one or two here and there. That's what you want to do. Definitely makes it a little more realistic when it doesn't follow patterns. Come on, baby. Work for me. I think this is only like the third baby I've done with this stuff on it. I definitely like doing it. It's just doesn't always come out perfect the first time. Well, perfectly imperfect, if that makes sense. And I've put in a question on how to make like the little dry skin flakes. I think I have the stuff to do it. Oof, that was not right. I think I have the stuff to do it. But I need to know how to apply it so that it looks right. Hey, no worries. We'll figure it out. I don't like how some of that's blobbing. Let's see here. As you can see, you don't really need a lot of paint mixed up. Just trying my best. Be gentle with the rooting needle so you don't actually poke through the vinyl. Come on, baby. And I'm gonna shamelessly plug my friend, my friend's eye making. It's Chronic Art Dolls, and she makes customized acrylic eyes for these babies, and her name is Lori Nichols. So go check out her work. I've ordered a couple of eyes from her for these two dolls that I'm gonna do, or one of the dolls that I'm gonna do for Kansas doll show, and then the other one I'm doing for my friend. And she makes gorgeous eyes. Oh my goodness. Definitely worth checking out if you want to get some eyes that are unique. She does both fantasy and realistic eyes. So, oh, and she takes I told her exactly what I was looking for, so she takes requests. And she's reasonable price too. So check her out. Probably change this baby like a million times before I decide to bake her, so bear with me. This baby is going to be all kinds of imperfect. She's already rashy. She's got a baby scratch on her eye. I know a lot of people, they like the perfect pretty babies, and I think it's neat that they do a really good job and they can make these gorgeous babies, these nearly perfect looking model babies. And then I also like the super rashy ones that look extremely brand new. You know how they come out, and they've got these little Milias, and they're all red and blotchy, splotchy, rashy looking. Love it. The more realistic I can get them, the happier I am. Some babies have a whole bunch of this stuff, and some babies have a very little bit. Some is pretty big, some of them is kind of tiny. It just depends on what you're looking for, guys. And don't be afraid to experiment. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to ruin a kit, because basically if it's that bad and you end up having to strip it, it's really not a ruin. It's just an experience. A learning experience. Oops. Oh, sweet baby. Eyesight is not super great. It's kind of hard to tell how close these little dots are. I'm getting paint everywhere. I'm gonna try that again. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is take a picture with my phone. It's obviously I'm not being able to see very well. To see how it looks. And if I like it, it stays, and if I don't, it goes. But I'm pretty sure other than you add a few more over here so it looks a little more random. I have trouble with random. My brain wants to fix everything and make it look good. So random is not always easy. Oh. Come on, baby. Get my light position so I can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to remember to stay on camera so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to keep my baby from getting into the paint. Come on, you. Alright, some of these just look way too... what is that word? Random pattern. Okay. I'm going to look at it through the camera and see what I think, and then we may need to take some off. I'm going to take some off right now anyway, just because I don't think I want to come over that far. Okay. I think the color's okay. I definitely want to look at it through the camera and see if there's any changes. There you go. Okay, so that's the end of this video.